It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks. Here with their Milwaukee fans, and then back on the road. And it's their first look at this. Here's Pistons here for the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Ilyasova up there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Jackson drives in. Drummond dishes to Ilyasova. Pass to Jackson. There's the feed to Ilyasova. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second clock. Milwaukee with the ball. Richardson the pass to Monroe. There's the pick. And stolen by Drummond. 3-on-3. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Meeks inside the three-point line.
Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty.
Did he get?
Woo.
Now, here's Lillard. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Monroe. Detroit with the rebound.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Leonard with no one around. And the 3 ball is good. Leonard's got 7.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Richardson kicks to Lillard to end the run. No good off the back of the rim.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Ilyasova inside the line. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Great D that time from Leonard.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Lillard. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Monroe's shot is good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Jackson against Lillard. There's the screen. And here's Leonard from three. Another three for Detroit.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
The drive by Monroe. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And the basket good. Meeks got his first basket.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And the Bucks making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. Mahimi's checked in.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Lillard attacking. And the rejection by Mahimi. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. It's Meeks outside. Plumlee with the rebound.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Pass to Ilyasova. Back to Jackson. He feeds it to Ilyasova. And he banks in the layup.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
A great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
Now, here is Monroe. 8 points for him. To the left side wing. Plumlee attacking. 5 on the clock. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. The three from Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Jabari Parker's checked in for Monroe. Joe Ingles comes in for Trevor Ariza. Williams, he's checked in for Richardson. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Lillard. Detroit also making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Ilyasova. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Meeks. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And he gets it to go. Jack's got his first bucket in this one. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Gordon dishes to Jack. And that's a foul called on Miles Plumlee. That's his first foul. Here's Jack. Outside Leonard. Shoots off the screen.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Parker passes to Larkins. Hands it from downtown. Larkins got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. There's a screen. There's the pass to Lamb. 6 to shoot. Back to Jack. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, looking at Jared Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Talking about Jared Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
Now here's Parker. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Here's Lamb. Bank shot, no good.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Pistons leading by 13. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Mahimi. To the paint. There's the steal. Down low. Here's Williams. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Bucks trail by 15. Larkin kicks to Parker. Out to the right wing. Here's Ingles. Nice shot from the wing.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit.
He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his M.O.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive-first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Mahinmi. And it's Ben McLemore in for Leonard. Outside Jack. A minute 50 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Lamb. The shot misses. Good D by Parker. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Pass to Ingles. Lets the three fly. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
.116 left in the first quarter. On the wing, Gordon. Here's Drummond. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends of the floor.
The Bucks working the ball around. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. So it's the Pistons now. A 12-point game. .44 seconds left to play in the first. And Jack, here we go. Here's Gordon. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Pistons lead by 14.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
They set the pick. Parker inside. He's against Gordon. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Milwaukee, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
He hits both from the stripe. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here is Jack. Outside Gordon. He gets it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Pistons on top. They... And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And the Pistons have been rolling right along, haven't they?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Trevor Ariza out there with Greg Monroe. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Richardson. And it's Anderson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pistons leading by 12.
And, you know, the Bucks took a nice step by making it to the playoffs last season, but their ultimate goal is to win the division. They'll need to play better against the rest of the division in order to do that.
That's his first personal foul.
Greg, as you said, last year the Bucks didn't have the easy time against the rest of the Central Division. They only went 7-11 against them.
And listen, anytime you have powerhouse teams in your division, every game means that much more. Not only for winning the division, but just staying in the playoff picture. It's only going to get tougher this season as well.
And it's Drummond missing.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Kicks to Richardson. Lillard attacking. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
Well, Damian Lillard is a two-time All-Star. Just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him, which serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
And the Pistons making a change here. Allen's checked in. Allen a screen on Ariza. And McLemore kicks to Lamb. No good on the triple.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving. And Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Jack dishes to Lamb. Feeds it to Allen. Jack against Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Jack passes to Drummond. 11 feet away. And that one goes long.
And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Lamb. Good, and Jack gets the assist. And the Pistons lead by 7.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Here's Monroe. No luck. Good D by Drummond.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And Lillard kicks to Richardson. Off target with his 3. Detroit leading by 9. The dish to Drummond. Lillard again. Allen. McLemore, the pass to Drummond. Count the bucket. Drummond's got 6 points.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Monroe against Drummond. And it's Monroe finishing it off.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
McLemore with a screen for Jack. Drummond a screen. He used that pick just right. 7 points for Lamb.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call them.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
A different look here for Detroit. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Drummond. Jody Meeks comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's Jackson in for Jarrett Jack. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. They just had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Plumlee, he's checked in for Anderson. Parker comes in for Monroe. Lou Williams is checked in for Richardson. And it's Larkin in for Damian Lillard. Here's Ilyasova. Dishes to McLemore. Jackson has the open look. No good with the triple.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win one of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Larkin dishes to Parker. Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Allen kicks to McLemore. Outside Jackson. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 6. That's good. Ilyasova's got 5 points so far.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
Lou Williams won the 6th Man Award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Allen, a screen on Williams. Meeks passes to Allen. Deflects the pass. Here's Jackson. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And Parker, here we go. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to Los Angeles. Out to the wing. Meeks with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Jackson. Here's the screen. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Allen, that's good.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Plumlee with the screen. Outside Williams. He dishes it to Parker. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Bucks with some changes. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Ariza comes in for Joe Ingles. And Lillard subbed in for Shane Larkin. And then for Detroit, Mahinmi's checked in for Allen. Aaron Gordon comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Leonard in for Ben McLemore. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Parker. And he gets the bucket. 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint. And just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Mahimi dishes to Jackson. To the paint. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Jackson against Lillard. And Meeks kicks to Jackson. Meeks passes to Mahimi. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Meeks, good.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And here we go. The Pistons fast break. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Leonard has been playing really well. He's got 19 points and he's sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And the Bucks with some changes. Anderson comes in for Greg Monroe. And it's Joe Ingles in for Trevor Ariza. There's the pick. And Lillard kicks to Parker. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Gordon with the screen for Jackson. Outside Gordon. Taken away by Williams. Here's Ingles. Rebound, Detroit. Jackson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Leonard, the open look. The shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it. Anderson dishes to Lillard. Stolen by Jackson. Anderson against Leonard. The feed to Mahimi. Pass to Gordon. Parker with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. 3-pointer, Lillard. Rebound, Detroit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The pass to Mahimi. Stolen by Anderson. Williams kicks to Ingles. And it's blocked by Gordon.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Leonard against Williams. Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. He feeds it to Jackson. That will count. No good on the buzzer beater. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Pistons lead by 16. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
And now, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player. given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jackson is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. But they get it back. It's Meeks outside. And that one's good. Meeks got 10 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Larkin kicks to Monroe. All sorts of time. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. He's got 14.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Gordon, the pass to Jackson. Shot by Gordon, wide open. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Pistons leading by 18. There's a good screen. The rebound by Anderson.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Anderson, a screen on Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Monroe dishes to Richardson.
Pistons foul. Jody Meeks.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Jason Richardson. At the line for 2.
That's good from Richardson. A different look here for Detroit. Ben McLemore comes in for Leonard. And it's Lamb in there for Jody Meeks. And Richardson drops them both. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Now Jackson. He's got 6. That 3 off the mark. Richardson gets to Ariza. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
There's the pick. Now here's McLemore. Ariza covering. Lamb. Detroit, no good that time either.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Mahimi. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Milwaukee. Bucks trail by 15. Here's Larkin. He kicks to Monroe. Shoots from the block. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Monroe. 14 points for him. Over Mahimi. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. 16 points for Greg Monroe. Jackson passes to Lamb. Back to Jackson. From deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Monroe's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Richardson. Tackles through traffic and lays it in. Richardson's got 6.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Mahimi dishes to Gordon. Stolen by Monroe. Fast break, here they come. It's good, and the Pistons lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Richardson.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th-place finish in that Eastern Conference?
A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Parker's checked in for Monroe. Joe Ingles comes in for Trevor Ariza. Lou Williams is checked in for Richardson. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Shane Larkin. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Drummond's checked in for Mahinmi. Ilyasova comes in for Aaron Gordon. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for McLemore. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Drummond passes it to Lamb. Just 4 to shoot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beat, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
Lillard from outside. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Kicks it to Ilyasova. It's Drummond with the drive. Down low. Right wing. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Lamb. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Lamb's got 9 points.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And on the topic of Lamb, he really has everything he needs to succeed. Great length and athleticism. Was an excellent all-around jump shooter in college. For some reason, his game just hasn't translated to the NBA level yet. But I think if he can improve his motor, he's going to have an opportunity to be an impact player for a long time.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight. And, you know, regarding Lamb's development, most scouts felt the weaknesses he did have could be ironed out over time. Well, there's still time. He needs to improve his strength, his ball handling, and his effort on defense. All things well within his control. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
The shot by Lillard wide open. Monroe's shot is good.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in a hole. I I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Outside check. They set the pick. The three from Leonard. No luck. The Bucks go the other way with it.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Drummond with a screen on Lillard. And Jack kicks to Drummond.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
To the inside. Lets it go from 11. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And Jack, here we go. Here's Leonard. Ariza with the rebound. Bucks trail by 12. Lillard the pass to Ariza. Back to Lillard. From the arc. Good. Lillard's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And Jack kicks to Drummond. The kick out to Ilyasova. They get it back. Out to the right wing. Now here's Lamb. Tight defense on him. Kicks it out to Leonard. Feeds it to Ilyasova. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Ariza. That's his fourth miss. He's made 5 of 9. Parker with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Parker kicks to Lillard. From 15 feet away. Again the miss by Lillard. Pistons leading by 9. The dish to Lamb. The shot from 20 feet away. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 29.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Here's Parker. Shoots from the baseline. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Chris Anderson is checked in for Greg Monroe. Now here is Jack. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second.
A different look for Milwaukee. Jason Richardson, who's checked in for Williams. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Damian Lillard. Leonard dishes to Lamb. Here's Drummond. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
One of the big stories is second chance points. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And stolen by Drummond. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Assisted.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Here's Parker. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. The Bucks have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. First free throw is good. Detroit making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 23 seconds left in the third. And here's Jackson. He's got 6. Clock at 6. And Mahimi with the stuff.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Detroit. They finish off the third quarter on a 9-1 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Heat. We've got Williams, Chris Anderson out there at Greg Monroe. Then there's Shane Larkin, and it's Ingles in the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Dishes to Larkin. The drive by Monroe. And the rejection by Mahimi. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Meeks leading the charge. That's good from Ilyasova on the assist by Jackson. Ilyasova's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Detroit. Outside Williams. Pass to Ingles. They set the pick. Here's Larkin. Here's Monroe. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Monroe's got 20.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Jackson passes to Mahimi. And the rejection by Monroe. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Detroit. Clock at 4. Here's Jackson. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Pistons lead by 19. Outside Williams. Inside. Here's Monroe. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. Here's Mahimi. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
It's Allen on the wing. Meeks outside. And he gets it to go.
And that's not the way for a team to get back into a game, giving up open shots like that.
Bucks are a strong team last year at home to start the year, certainly. The whole league was marveling at their start. Much improved, Greg, from the season before, but fell off, Greg, a touch late in the season.
And Kevin, credit Jason Kidd. I mean, he got this team off to that great start, particularly at home, and they built some confidence, and that helped propel them into the playoffs. Sad to say they were still near the bottom of the league, though, in attendance.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks ended, guys, with a 23-18 record at home. Really impressive for a young team. They didn't have the largest margin of victory because they won a lot of close games here at the Bradley Center.
Both teams will make substitutions. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
And one thing that made the Bucks so strong at home was their three-pointers. Near the top in three-point percentage here at home. And easy to get the crowd into it when you knock a couple down from deep.
Pistons ball.
Pistons leading by 22. Jackson with it. In the corner, it's McLemore. And he goes in for the dunk.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Here's Jackson. High arcing shot. It's no good. He is 4 for 10 in the game. To end the run. Again, Young missing.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Reggie Jackson.
And that one's good. 10 points for Reggie Jackson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Aaron Gordon is checking in for Andre Drummond.
Lineup for the Pistons.
Here's Jackson. McLemore with a screen for Jackson. He dishes it to Meeks. Clock at 6. It's Jackson with the drive. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Larkin. And Young now, top of the key. And he gets the bucket. Here's Jackson.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Back to Young. Defended by Gordon. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Datome kicks to Young. On the wing, Williams. The feet to Plumlee. Here's to Tomei. And again, the Bucks miss.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Allen, that's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Plumlee with the screen. Pass to Williams. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Plumlee dishes to Williams. A second chance effort. And he nails the jumper.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Milwaukee. Larkin comes in for Young. Detroit also making some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for Allen. Humphries comes in for McLemore. And it's Ricky Lito in for Jody Meeks. Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. Yeah. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Larkin, the pass to Plumlee. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
Back to Jack. There's the pass to Drummond. And Shane Larkin gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
And Jack, here we go. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Williams up on top. Williams with another miss. Well, there are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though. Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Humphries. Ingles with the rebound. The Bucks shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Outside Williams. And the Bucks miss again.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Drummond a screen. Passes it to Humphries. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Williams. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And the Pistons were a better team last season than they were in 2014. I mean, they still ended up bottom in the Central Division, but most of it was because of how strong the Central really was last season.
Teams changing it up here. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Greg, as you said, the Pistons were last in the Central Division last year. They had finished fourth each of the last 4 years before that, Clark.
And, you know, the Pistons actually had more wins last year coming in last than they did in any of the 4 seasons they finished fourth. And it just shows you how tough and improved the Central Division was last year. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence, but I think it's clear that analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Detroit.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Leonard. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Analytics does have a strong place in the NBA, so it's been proven over the last decade. Some held out, but now, Greg, the results, the benefits of those numbers, it's hard to deny them.
A great point, Kevin. And with something new like that, there's always going to be a bit of resistance. There will always need to be a balance, I believe, and you need to use the numbers and your own eyes. They really do go hand in hand to kind of keep each other in check.
Jack's shot is good.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
They set the pick. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd.